to you live from their studio in South Florida, Twist Gaming. Featuring lead broadcaster, Matt Koza. Co-host and creative genius, Josh Perry. Co-host and interviewer extraordinaire, Ann Lazito. Co-host and marketing mogul, Aaron Murphy. With appearances from special guest, Lucy. Welcome to Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. We're coming to you live here from our studio in South Florida, bringing you another episode of Twitch Plays Middara, where we do an ongoing campaign of Middara.
Unintentional Malum, Act 1, by Sakibus Publishing.
There you go. With you fine folks at home playing along, rolling dice, making decisions, pew-pewing, and watching me beat up trees. But first, who are we? I'm Matt.
I'm Ann.
I'm Josh.
And we are Twist Gaming.
Twist Gaming.
Yay. Imagination. Thank you all for joining us today, but first, a brief recap. What happened on the last episode? Josh and Ann at the same time. Go.
Let's wait for Ann to start. She's not.
I'm waiting for you to start.
Last time we're doing dense foliage, right?
Yeah.
That's the name of the map. So we came in. There was some water loas, some doggies, Gavaudins that we beat the hell out of, and there was a big corpse collector trying
Merkhounds.
What?
Merkhounds.
Corpse collector, a tree, all trying to kill us, and we beat the hell out of all of them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anyone's taken damage besides one of the summons for Ann.
Yeah.
And the damage that Twitch does to themselves.
Yeah. Twitch hurt themselves.
So we're doing that. We're killing everything. Everything's pretty much dead besides like a single root. And then I went to go collect treasure chest and...
Which was hiding behind Mr. Tree.
Next to Mr. Tree.
Well, behind if you...
Yeah. And I discovered a cool cave. And then we decided to end the stream. So I have discovered
But why did we decide to end the stream?
Because it was late.
Okay. Yeah.
Good reason.
I mean, it was. So, Ann, anything different in your recap?
No, we're not in story, so that's fine. Josh's very technical recap is sufficient, I feel like.
And I need the magic phrase.
Abracadabra!
I really am going to need you guys to be more creative. Between the two of you, there's like no good catchphrases.
Banana.
All right, so...
Don't forget to spray under your bed.
Yeah, thank you. So this is the map as we were last time on this half of the board. You can see Ann down in the corner because nobody puts Ann in the corner but herself with her own wings. So she's down there. There's a root there. There's Mr. Sword. There's one of the twin summons. There's the other twin summon. This is Twitch. This is me. This is the rabbit hole that Josh went down. And then this is the cave system that he found out. And then this is Josh. And then here's some loot.
Connected.
It's not connected.
It's by the objective token that's on the board.
Yeah, so he's standing on an objective token, which is theoretically adjacent to this objective token. So use your imagination. Okay? Okay. Where did we leave off?
It was the end of my turn. I found the cave. So it's going to be Zeke's turn.
May. Oh. Yeah, it's going to be May. May.
Sure.
Thanks, Justin.
May. Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go up. Can I have a token?
No, you can't have anything, Matt.
Give me a token, you SOB. Pretty please. Sugar on top. Thanks. So I'm going to go up to 3 SP. I'm going to spend 1 as a move action to go inside the cave with Josh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
And then I'm going to spend 1 more SP to re-equip my other relics. That's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Boring turn, I know.
And it's the twins' turns.
The twin Chobanis. Yogurt twins.
Chobani?
Yeah, the Anchobanis.
I'm so happy somebody like that just didn't die. Thank you, Sadness, for not letting my jokes die.
What is dead may never
Okay,
die.
They have what is dirt may never dirt. 2.
No one makes Game of Thrones memes anymore.
I know. No.
It's sad.
4,
Kind of.
Yeah.
6,
It's deserved, but I miss
Yeah.
the memes.
2,
Is Free Folk
4,
still around?
6. Is there current in that little whirlpool
Yes, there is current in
area
that
with
little
the rock
whirlpool
in the
area.
middle?
Yes.
2, 4.
Do you think that this
6.
connects to the ocean, Josh? If so, would it be a current sea?
Can you take the purple one and go 1 to the left and 2 down?
To the left, to the left.
No. 1 to the left, 1 west, 2 south.
To the left, to the
So
down.
it's going to be in the water still?
There's no way for her not to be in the water without spending SP, but okay, so hold on. So she's got 3 SP. For every SP that I use, it gives me 2 movement points. So is that, what's the orange terrain around the rocks? That's difficult terrain?
Hindering terrain, yeah.
So it's 2 to move out of?
Yeah.
Spend an additional SP and move her 1 onto the land. So
Yeah.
1 more down.
Down or towards
said,
you?
She said down. I was going to ask the same thing, but she said down.
And then the other one has got 6 SP. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
8, 9, 10,
no way I'm
11,
making it all the
12.
way.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Are you just taking your whole team and running to the exit?
They're all going to beat up the one route.
7. Hate you.
We're going to fuck this route up.
Route party!
8. Guys, my brain is dumb. You can't diss me. Okay, I got 10 movement points if I spend all the feet.
I soloed the tree, and she's got a small army.
8,
You have 12 SP. You have 12
I
movement
can't move
points,
out of
Ann.
it.
12. You have haste.
How? Oh!
I'm sorry.
1,
so
2,
you're the
3, 5, 7, 9.
You were at the tree also.
That's
right?
stupid.
No, I
1,
came over after.
2.
Oh, technically, I was next to the tree.
1, 2,
kinda-
3, 5,
Welcome to
7,
listen to and count.
9, 12. I'm in
Count
the
those
water
beads,
no
Ann.
matter if I have 12 movements. What?
Count those beans.
I'm in the water no matter which. Is that rock in the middle of the water? Is that water or is that land?
That's a rock, I think.
Where?
In the middle?
This
No,
one?
Diagonally.
no, there.
This one?
Yeah.
I think that's water.
Is it a blue outline?
Yeah?
Okay. I mean, you just still take a swim in the water.
Yeah, you don't have to not end your turn in the water.
Just gonna push you
Yeah,
back a
that's
couple
fine.
spaces.
Can you move her behind the purple one? 1 space north to the purple one.
She said
All right,
behind.
and then what
2,
way does the current go?
4, 6, 8,
Who do we appreciate?
9, 10, 11. Do you need help in the thing?
Up and
Move
left.
the purple one 2 to the left, and that'll be the rest of her movement.
Just here?
She said the purple one.
Oh.
Here?
So the red one is going to be 1 north of where the purple one is now. Yeah, and the purple one goes there. I
Here?
need loose leaf paper.
You need toilet
No.
paper?
Move. I don't have enough movement to go there.
That's
Move
what-
the red one 2 to the right.
Oh, where the purple one was, I think she meant to say.
Correct. Yes, that is what I said.
Okay.
And then the current's gonna move it.
Where the hell is she
Yeah.
right now?
She's not like a little.
Yeah, she's gonna go up and to the left.
Okay.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Now it's the sword's turn, Ann.
Yep.
Mr. Sword!
Mr.
Next
Sword, bring us a dream.
What kind of noises do you
Okay.
think Mr. Sword makes?
He mumbles.
He doesn't have a mouth.
Isn't?
He's just
Right.
an eye.
Well, not that you can
So he
see.
makes excessively loud blinking noises?
Maybe he makes like makes slashy noises.
With his eye?
Oh, and he moves.
That'd be annoying. He's like, okay, Mr. Sword, enough.
He writes messages by cutting long grass. He makes crop circles. Okay, so Swordy Sword has haste as well, right?
Yep.
Haste, courage, and
Every time you
something else.
summon a person, they get haste,
And
barrier, and
barrier.
courage.
Okay. So he's got 4 SP. I'm flanking. How much health does that Root have?
You're
Is
technically
that
not flanking. He's not flanking.
That's stupid.
If it was me, it would be flanking.
How much health does the stupid Root have?
6.
All its health. 6
Is
health.
the Root still there? I thought
Yes.
it was gone because
Nope.
there was no tree.
We killed the tree, but not the root. What is root? Always root.
You're dumb. How much health?
6.
How much armor?
6.
6.
Really? That's a lot of armor.
Yeah.
And also physical resistance.
And 10 defense.
And since the sword is not an axe, it's a sword.
It's only against the tree.
Oh, it's only against a tree.
Yeah. I think.
Oh. How do you think spirit blades have babies?
Excuse me?
How does a mother spirit blade and a daddy spirit blade have a baby spirit blade?
The daddy is the spirit blade and the mother's the sheath.
Oh.
Can I disassociate myself from you two
We wish.
forever? I'm going to attack with Serrated Edge.
What is he,
And
bread?
hope that this turns out all right. Okay, I rolled a 16.
What's a 16? That's a really good roll.
That's max roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Shut up. That's what I was waiting for you to be impressed by.
What's their
What your symbols give you, girl?
But what's their thingy?
10 defense.
10 defense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got 10 defense. I beat it by 6. For each book and shield, I get +1 physical damage, and I have
It's
3
actually
of
better
those.
for you to just take the courage points. Because every symbol
Can't
would
I
be
take
that
both?
No, they don't double up, but you can just take the +1 for each
Yep.
symbol then.
So it's +8.
Dumb.
So it's 14.
14.
But that doesn't go to the roll, right? I don't
No.
know if that
But
matters.
you beat it, so you're doing damage.
You're doing
And
14.
he's got +2 armor piercing.
Okay, so you would still have to go through 4 armor, so your total roll was 16 plus 8. That's 24. Minus its 10 defense is 14.
Yep.
And it does 4 armor resistance,
So
so
that leaves
it's
you with 10.
divided by 2 is 5. It's got 1 health left.
Yeah, 1 health. It's still alive.
That's dumb.
Can I see Mr. Tree? Maybe you should roll
I am
better,
gonna hear
Ann.
it again. I literally rolled the
literally
best
can't.
possible. I literally can't. So this one was an 11.
So you beat it by 1.
Not as good. And then I have
3
2 book and shield,
symbols.
which doesn't
No,
matter.
four
well,
symbols.
that's
symbols.
4.
That's 5. Armor piercing 2. So it does 1
Yeah.
damage.
Round up.
And it's dead.
It's dead.
Dead.
Yeah. You killed it. Guess what? You don't get any loot because it's a root.
Lame. You're welcome, guys. You're
Just killed the
welcome.
opening band.
Huh?
Root.
What?
Isn't that the band for what's the show?
Oh, the roots.
The
Roots.
roots. Okay.
It's an S at the end.
Whatever.
It's Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Is
Jimmy
he the inventor of
Flan.
the flan?
Jimmy Flan. Yeah. That's actually when he's on Telemundo. It's
Okay.
Jimmy Flan.
Uh,
Yeah. And then when he gets in trouble with the law, he's Jimmy Fallon.
all right, and guess what? It's your turn.
What are you gonna do over
Oh, like
there?
my actual turn?
Yeah,
turn?
yeah. Look at that
Oh,
works.
boy.
Oh boy.
This is lots of turns for me. Okay, so I'm going to spend 2 SP. What's my movement? What's on there?
25.
6.
I don't think it's 25.
My movement's 25? Great. Not. It is 6 plus 4 if I spend the other 2 SP, which gives me 10. How much do I need to Get over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Move me 10 to the west, which is going to be right underneath that hindering terrain and diagonal to the pretty red flower. Anytime.
That's not a hindrance terrain, but okay.
What? Does it make you feel better? Like, could you not have lived your life?
Okay. Nightingale's turn. Twitch, what do you guys want to do?
Shoot Ann.
No. Beat up Josh. With a plank.
Who wants to come in the underground tunnel with us? Yay!
They get a free movement action. They have, what, 4 SP?
A round with no enemies? No, technically the tree had already gone this turn.
Yes.
So we kind of resumed midway through a round.
Yeah.
Secret tunnel. Okay, so they're in hindrance terrain, right? Right.
Yep.
So they need to move. It's 2 to move out of.
Yeah, 2 to move out of.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's still hindrance.
Oh, it
They
is.
probably want to move
1,
the other way.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 to get inside technically because your fat ass is standing on it.
14. They have 4. That's 8 plus they have 8. So that's 6. They have 16.
Okay.
So they even move 2 more spaces after that.
But then, so
That's
right.
all their SP.
But yeah, why don't we reserve 1 SP for him though?
Okay.
So that way they go up to max next turn, right?
Well, they're still gonna have to run in more and stuff, but we don't know what's
I'm just saying they would come in here essentially, right?
Okay.
And then next turn they would go up to max.
They could stand like right in front of me. That's fine.
They could get max SP next turn. We're doing a conga line,
Yep.
and
I
then
just run through you guys.
They'll be able to pew pew,
Okay.
right?
In case anything pops up.
Yeah. If we find some cabbages, can we light them on fire? I don't see why not.
Huh. All right. It's Rook's turn.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Okay, so this round the tree is gone.
Yep.
Okay.
How many spaces away is the thing?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 spaces away, but you need to get 13.
13.
13.
All right, so I have a movement of 8, so move me 8 spaces.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Move me 2 more spaces.
1, 2.
Move me 2 more spaces.
1, 2.
Actually, move me back 2 spaces.
1, 2.
I'm going to use my God Machine and fly 3 spaces.
1, 2, 3.
And now I'm going to activate it.
Okay. So this is which loot?
The
Green loot. You suffer through the pile of indistinguishable rot, searching for anything of value. Make a perception check. Please roll well here.
Oh! Garbage
I
roll.
forgot that he's digging around
Garbage roll.
in carcasses.
Can you re-roll that?
What'd you do?
I rolled a 3.
Can you re-roll that?
Plus my perception is, it makes it a 7.
I'd love it if you could re-roll that.
I don't have anything that gives me a re-roll.
Does anyone else have anything?
Why did you say it with 0 confidence?
Okay. Does anyone have any? No, guess not.
No, I got nothing.
Okay. Oh well.
What does my
Sorry.
ability say about rerolling dice?
It's for you or against you.
Oh.
All right.
Can I ask a stupid question?
What?
The fortune cookie. Does this only apply to my rolls?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still 7. I had decent perception.
Okay. Gain gold equal to 10 times your roll.
All right, so we got 70 gold.
After grabbing what you can, you turn to leave and are overcome with an overwhelming feeling of dread. Read the hidden text for the special encounter rule, Something Different About the Dark. A disfigured shape twitches and scurries in your direction. You hardly have time to react. Make an agility 10 check.
I rolled a 5.
What's your agility?
Total 5. I rolled a 4 plus 1. 5.
End your turn immediately.
Okay.
Place 2 tortured immortals onto any space adjacent to you. Then place their initiative card so that they are next on the initiative track.
Dun dun dun.
Tortured immortals. This is a new baddie. So Josh,
A nude baddie?
yeah, they're nude baddies.
Why don't you make them closer to you, guys?
Nude baddies, so that I could run up and hit it. Tortured
Josh,
immortal.
did you see the new spicy chicken nuggets?
I don't like spicy stuff.
A lifetime in the dark. When the tortured immortal is dealt damage equal to its remaining HP, instead of being defeated, it remains in play. It is defeated at the end of its next turn. Each time a tortured immortal is attacked, it will counter with a melee attack up to reach 2. Anytime it makes a break attack, makes 2 instead. Is there we'll go through its attack flow when we get to it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's got conviction of 2 reds, casting of a red, 30 health, 14 defense, 6 movement, 2 armor, and a combat dice of blue and gray.
Hope you enjoyed that 70 gold.
It's time to party.
Time to potty. Like poop your pants. Or poop someone else's pants.
Poop their pants.
Okay, so that's the end of your turn. They go now.
Okay.
That's Mr. Tree. Okay, so. Is there an opponent within reach 2?
Yep.
Okay. Make a separate attack against each other figure within reach 2.
Each other figure?
Does that mean they attack each other? I think...
Make a separate attack against each other figure within reach 2. Huh. It says figure and not opponent.
Yeah.
I think they meant that so that way they attack other baddies, but not necessarily each other. That's what I would guess.
I'm going to see what the updated rules are, but go ahead and have them start attacking.
Then move to the farthest pace possible from opponents. Then all opponents who are hit by one of the previous attacks must make an agility 12 check. If they fail, pull 8. Then make an attack against each other figure within reach 2. Oh, that is nasty. Okay, so first one's that's Cherry is going to attack you. So Twitch, you need to roll for Josh's attacking. We need a blue and a gray, and tell him how to do it. Josh, I don't think the bot's working.
Did it
Well, that
ask
kind
chat
of
or no?
I didn't see Panda Bot do anything.
But your request went in?
Yeah.
defeats.
Okay.
Josh has to go pee.
And fix the bot?
No. He's
Is
just
that how he fixed the bot?
he pees on his computer.
Do you think that's why it's always broken?
Because he pees on his computer?
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe that's how he cools it. Like, instead of water cooling, he's got pee cooling.
Yeah.
It might be more effective
That's
because of the
also-
minerals,
That's not good for...
but it might be better for thermal conductivity.
Because of the salt?
Yeah.
But then... Yeah. It's very corrosive.
Hold on one second.
Are you considering this? Is that why you're asking us to hold on?
there
Because
we
you
go.
need to put a lot of thought into it?
It went now. No, Josh yelled something to me from the other room. Ethanol cooling is fast but dangerous.
The bot got disconnected.
Salt would only serve to corrode metal on the heat sinks. I mean... Oh! Okay.
That's nasty. Who's it hitting?
Josh.
That's just with
It makes...
each other figure within space. So I think they hit each other. I think. They're tortured. They torture each other. Okay. That's a 20.
So we're going to have them attack each other too?
I think so. Well, the one's going to move away. So we'll work this out. Okay. So that's a 20, right?
Yeah.
It is nasty. Okay. And it's beating me by 7.
I want Shat Owner's opinion on this. Do you think that they attack each other? I feel like Shadow Owner's our rules lawyer.
Because they use the word opponent a lot. And that one clearly does not say opponent.
Yeah.
And it says opponent on the card. And the updated rule card I'm looking at, it still says each other figure.
Huh.
I think they just like
Weren't
wild
there-
attack.
Those two allies, your little throwable ninja, when we were fighting with them and they were fighting Echo and like they were attacking each other, what was the term that was used in that encounter?
Ah.
It's talking about opponents and allies and stuff.
Yeah, this is just
the text.
other
this is
figure.
This is other figures. All right, so it's beating me by 7. What do their symbols give them?
Each shield in each book is +1. That's it.
Okay.
So +6.
So beating me by 7 plus 6, that's 13. I have 5 armor,
Okay, so it does
8 damage. Now I'm going to use my once per encounter. I'm going to ignore all physical damage done to me.
I think that's a great idea, Josh.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what I'm going to do then?
You're going to counter.
I'm going to counter. Okay, screw this guy. All right, I counter with
Back it up. What are you using for the once per encounter?
my armor.
Each other figure simply means not themselves. Yeah, that's what I figured.
I rolled a 17, Matt.
Well, that's a good
Does
roll.
that hit?
That does hit. They have 14 defense, so you're beating them by 3.
All right, I rolled 1 set of shields. Do they have armor?
They have 2 armor.
Okay. So I'm doing +3 damage. So that's 6. And I also rolled a star, which is going to be +4 damage. So that's 10.
You did 10 damage, so -2 armor.
Yeah, -2 armor.
So 8 damage. That was a good roll from you.
Yeah.
And now they're going to counter. Boop, boop. But your counter broke their flow, right?
Oh, wait. I'm going to do... No, it didn't miss, technically.
Yeah.
I could do Relentless Feint and beat it up, but I need them to miss.
Oh, this isn't a... Okay, so this isn't a follow-up on their card. It's a
Yeah, so they're
then.
still gonna do
So
it.
they're still going to do it, but they counter you first.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see if they're any nicer with the dice this time.
I feel like we've been playing the counter roll slightly. I think if they need to follow normal, but we've been playing this roll this whole time.
You want to say that in a complete
I
sentence?
feel like their
Nope.
counter should kind of work like a normal count. Like if they don't get hit for damage, they only counter.
Oh.
But
yeah.
we've been playing.
Oh.
Again?
Okay.
Again?
Maybe he did pee on the computer, and that's why it's not working like it should.
Josh might die here. Wasn't me. Saw me beating up the Joshy. Wasn't me.
So we decided 8 damage, right?
Yeah.
I don't have anything that reduces the damage here. Okay. I'm down to 12 health.
That's a hit.
That's a hit.
So now
Wait. Fuck that. I'm countering. Countering him back.
Okay.
I rolled a 16.
You're beating it by 2.
I have 2 shields. That's +3. That's 5. Another star. That's 9.
-2. So 7.
Yep. Oh.
Okay. He's gonna counter you now.
Okay.
Let's hope they don't roll another 20.
I'm gonna laugh if they do.
I mean, that would be pretty. Not a 20
It's a 9 though.
It's a 9.
and a 6.
So that's 15.
Yeah.
Joshua, what is it?
96.
So it's beating me by 2, and they get
I didn't even
plus
get a chuckle.
3,
+4.
4. I have 5 armor, so it's doing 1 damage.
What? How much armor do you have? How much defense do you have? I'm
I have
sorry.
13.
You have 13 defense, so it's beating you by 2. Yeah, it's giving you 1 damage.
Okay. I can't counter. We're taking damage this time. Sadly.
Okay. So then move to the farthest possible space from all opponents. So
Do I get a break attack against them?
it doesn't say that it doesn't cause break attacks.
Fuck yeah.
So technically, he'll be moving like this way, like that.
Well, how much movement does he have?
He has 6, but it stops when you do the break attack, right?
Yeah. Is that the only way he can't go the other way?
No, because there's impassable terrain here.
Oh, yeah. 19. So beating it by
5.
5. Plus 6 is 11. Plus 4 is 15.
Minus 2 armor.
Yeah.
He's got 2 health. Okay. So now he runs. So that was 1, 2, 3.
He counters me, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. I mean, he's still going to finish his turn either way, Josh.
I might be able to counter him one more time and kill him.
But he's still going to finish his turn either way.
Why?
Because he's a tortured immortal.
I forgot. Damn it.
14. Plus 3.
Beating me by 1.
So it does no damage.
Does no damage. So I can counter.
Yes.
Normally. So I'm going to counter. I rolled a 13?
14 defense.
14. Sorry, 14.
So you do hit it.
I get plus 3 damage from my... So it only does 1 damage?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to use my reroll to reroll my 5. I rolled the 5 again. I just do 1 damage.
He's got 1 health left.
Freaking asshole.
You know what he's going to do now?
He's going to counter me again.
Did you guys just want to wake me up when we were done with this counter battle?
Wake me
Your 3
up
turns took just as long.
before you go.
Go. I have 5 characters. This is just you.
No, this is the bad guy going.
And you.
No, and you.
And you.
One single Joshua.
And the bad guy. And you. 18!
All right, beating me by 5.
Plus
These are some nasty
The stars
rolls.
give him symbols too, or just the books and shields?
just books and shields.
We did 2 extra damage last time then.
No.
I thought we did...
6. It was 2 star rolls.
No.
It was 20. So it's being my 7 plus 6 is 13 minus 5 is 8. Okay, yeah, we did.
I know.
I know. Okay. It's being by 5, which is my armor. So it's 5 damage because of the icons.
Yeah.
Okay.
That.
Yep. I can't counter that. Or
Okay.
anything, so.
Okay. So then he's going to move. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then he's going to try to pull you adjacent to him. So you need to make an agility 12 check.
Your agility's fantastic.
failed.
So I've got the full face.
He pulls you adjacent to him,
Hello, buddy.
and then he attacks you.
Oh, he was supposed to attack the other guy first.
Oh, yeah.
We forgot to do that.
Yeah. I'll roll it back in a second.
Yeah.
But, see, that doesn't necessarily make sense.
Why?
Because then they they counter loop each other.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
I don't think that they attack. Like, I think they're supposed to attack other enemies.
They rolled 13.
It's not enough to do anything to you.
Doesn't do anything to
Do you want
me.
to counter?
I have other guys.
Does he want to or can he?
The answer is yes to both.
Ah, I rolled shipoopy.
Shit poopy. Shit poopy.
Shapoopy?
So he's going to counter you.
Yep.
Do you have any more counters left, Josh?
Probably.
Oh, I don't have that anymore. No, that was my
A
last
life?
counter. My old shield gave me I can counter for 1 SP. I don't have that anymore. I do have 1 SP. But if he misses, I can do a relentless feint.
$18. He doesn't miss.
Beats me by 5.
Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So
from
it does
symbols.
5 damage to
Yeah.
me. I'm down to 1 health.
You're not dead. You're not dead.
The other one still has to go.
So
Don't catch you out.
What'd you say, Josh?
I think he's supposed to attack the other one, though.
I feel like they're not supposed to counter loop each other. I don't...
No, wait. The first time each turn... Oh, no, this is the new rules.
What?
So the new rule says the
Well,
first
what do
time
the new
each
rules
turn
say?
a tortured
Maybe-
immortal can, it will counter with attack up to reach 2. It's saying once per turn. That's the new rules, though. The old one doesn't say that, right? It just says each attack?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, maybe though the intent was.
Can I ask another question, Josh?
What?
When you get pulled, is the other one supposed to do break attacks against you?
Yeah, technically.
They actually do 2 break attacks.
Why?
Because the rules say anytime they do a break attack, they do
They
2
get-
break attacks.
They do too.
These guys are nasty.
Yeah, the rules are a little bit different.
Okay, so the first one they rolled a 10. The second one they rolled an 11.
All
Okay,
right.
so Twitch is merciful now.
Okay, which one rolled first?
The first 2. Does it matter?
I'm going to do Relentless Feign.
Okay. So what does that mean?
When you attack and target misses you, end the current action. So he technically would never pull me. Or he does pull me, but he doesn't attack?
Yeah, the last... But this isn't the same... It's a different guy's action, though.
All right, but what does it say for the pull and then...
It's a then.
And then?
It's a pull and then make a separate attack.
Whatever. I get to attack him twice. I'm going to die here, but...
You're going to go out swinging.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right, I hit for a 20.
Oh!
I have a star.
What does that do?
I have 2 stars.
What does that do?
Follow up, if the target of your attack was defeated, move up to 2 spaces.
You can't defeat him.
Fuck.
Which one are you're attacking the other one that has full health, though. Because he's the one that's doing the break attacks on you.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I hit him for 20.
Okay, he's got 14 defense.
So I'm beating him by 6.
Yeah.
Plus another 6 for my shields. So that's
12.
12. Plus another 8
20.
for my stars.
Minus 2 armor, so you're doing 18 damage, so he has 12 health left.
Yep. And I got to make another attack.
But he counters first. What's your card actually say?
When attack targeting you misses, end the current action. Then you may spend up to 1 SP to make up to 2 attacks against your attacker.
Okay. So does he counter in between your attacks? Yes, because they're separate
Yes.
attacks.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like they shouldn't be countering this much.
How do you think they feel?
I was built this way.
They're Josh's too. This is just in-game Josh.
I don't have that many counters that let me do it once I take damage. I just don't take a lot of damage.
Fair enough. And they rolled a 10.
So they miss.
Yeah.
I rolled a 10.
You missed.
They're going to attack me one more time.
Yeah.
I did some decent damage.
Oh, no,
in my
you
Blaze
did.
of Glory.
You did. Like, I kind of wish that you did another hard hit there, because then you would have like had him at like no health left. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's probably my end.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Goodbye, Josh.
All right. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. I went out in a Blaze of Glory.
I mean, Twitch can reorganize their things and bring you back.
I mean, I'll come back in the next session. I'm just going to be at half health.
Yeah.
What do you mean reorganize their things and bring you
So
back?
they've got the Seeds of Rebirth relic, which isn't equipped, but they can use it as a flip ability and then put a defeated ally from within sphere of influence equal to half their HP back on the board.
Oh.
But at the same time, this is the end of the encounter.
And it'd be a waste of a flip ability.
Yeah.
You guys can finish this off.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
So are we saying red's attacking purple or no?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I would say if there were other enemies that they would attack the other enemies.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe I'm making this harder on us than it needs to be. So good news. Counter builds fail versus creatures that infinitely counter regardless of taking damage. Josh is like, how is that good news? So Grape's going to go. Is there an opponent within reach?
So what is
2?
our health at now after that?
Cherry is at 1 health, and Grape is at 12 health.
Okay. It's fine. You got this.
We're fine. Is there an opponent within reach 2?
No.
Is there an opponent with a sphere of influence?
No.
Is there an opponent within reach 2?
No.
Move 10 spaces towards the nearest opponent.
Why would it check?
Why do you sound
I
so
don't.
unsure about that?
Oh, because the sphere of influence one has a pull and then continue down.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, hey, buddy.
Sadly,
I know, I'm
you're
not flanking.
flanking.
This upsets me so.
Speed it up.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Okay. Okay, so I'm at 4 SP. What am I gonna do here? I'll use my onslaught ability. Not on. Ooh, do I want to use onslaught? No. No, I'm just gonna use false idol. Making an attack. Josh, I need dice.
What do you need?
I need 2 green. No. Big bucks, no whammies. 14.
Just enough to hit.
Just enough to hit. I should have courage from last time.
Yep.
Okay. So each set of 2 shields, which there's 1, gives me +3 physical damage.
Okay.
So that's 3, 4, 5 damage from my symbols.
Okay. I got 2 armor, so you're doing 3 damage?
I ignore armor, don't I?
Only when you're flanking.
Is that only when I'm flanking?
Yep.
Ugh.
Ah, yeah. So how much damage do I
3.
do? 3 damage. I don't like that, but I'll take 3 damage.
I mean, if you had
I'll
done
do
3
3 damage.
damage against the
And then they're
other
gonna
one,
attack
it
you
would have
back.
been just fine.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so he's going to attack me back. I'm going to dodge. I need black die, please. Can you stop hitting all the minis on the board?
It's bowling.
I rolled a skull.
You get to
I
reroll.
get
He
to
gets
reroll.
extra points.
I rolled a skull. I'm going to re-roll it.
Do you have another reroll?
Yeah.
Where?
My morbid leather. I have 3. I didn't need it.
Roll the 10.
Okay. I'm going to tap my god machine.
To what?
Counter.
Okay.
And this is my second attack.
So you get +1 to your roll.
So I get +1 to my roll.
Wait, how do you get a...
Huh?
Oh, it was a dodge roll? Never mind.
What was the question?
It was a dodge roll.
What was
That's
it?
why the morbid leather let you
Oh,
reroll it?
yeah.
Because it...
That's better. So that is 15 plus 1.
So 16. You're beating it by 2. What do your symbols give you?
Symbols give me +3, 4, 5, 6.
So 8 total. So you're doing 6 damage.
6 damage.
And it's going to attack you back.
Okay, I'll dodge. Do I have another dodge?
You can spend an SP to dodge if you want.
I'm going to use my liquid latex, my undergarment.
What does it say?
It's an exhaust ability. When an opponent makes an attack against you before they roll, this accessory gains resistance physical damage. Till the
Okay.
end of the turn.
Okay.
Till the end. Oh, so that's for the whole turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just lubing myself up.
So half damage.
Yeah. Oh,
I rolled a 20, Matt.
glad I did that.
That's like,
All right. So
good
they're
thing you
beating
used
you by
it.
7, plus 6 for their symbols. So that's 13. You have 1 armor. You should have had barrier too, right?
Yeah, I had barrier, so 2
2
armor. So 5 damage, but then halved. So it does 2.
7 plus 6 is 13. No. They're doing 13 damage.
Oh, 13.
You have 2 armor.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
11 damage, so it's going to do 6 damage to you.
Okay. You're controlling that. Okay.
So you're at 17.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna spend my blade works. I'm gonna attack again.
Okay.
This is my 3rd attack.
Yep.
So plus 2 damage. Plus 2 to the roll.
Yep.
Ugh. 11. That's just enough to hit.
No, 11 up. 11
Plus
plus
3 is 14.
14, just enough to hit. You don't do anything.
So hold on. I
got me crossed.
I meet it, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna roll my fortune cookie now.
Okay. Your purple die?
What's the fortune cookie do?
White die.
White die?
White die is slightly higher. So purple fortune cookie lets me roll an additional white or purple die at any point after rolling. Oh yeah!
Maybe you'll get some symbols.
I rolled a 7 with a star and a book and 2 shields.
Okay, so what does that make your roll?
So that makes my roll an 18.
18, so you're beating it by 4.
Yeah.
Plus, you have 1 set of books. So
One
that's plus
one set of shields, so that's
shields.
3,
Three.
4, 5 for
So
symbols.
7.
He's got 2 armor, so he's dead.
9.
Dead, quote unquote.
You're doing 9 damage
Well.
to him.
Yeah, he only has 3 health.
Okay.
So he's dead, but he stays alive.
Okay. And he's going to counter you.
He's
Yeah.
staying alive.
Staying alive. Staying alive.
Thanks for not letting me down, guys.
Stand alive.
And now you let me down.
Chat, what's with the dice
Okay,
today? 14.
okay.
Beating you by 1,
Oh, no, that was a 4. You're fine.
And I've got 2 armor.
and it has 3 symbols, so
Yeah.
that's 4, so you got 2 damage to you.
1 damage.
Oh, don't you...
Oh, I ignored the first 2 damage
Yeah.
of each physical attack, too. So I should have 2 more health. Or 1 more health.
Yeah.
Does that happen? No, because that's reduced physical damage dealt to you. So that's after the physical resistance?
Yeah.
Okay. So this attack does nothing, and the previous one did 2 less.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So you should be at 19. You should have also done some
Yeah,
more
I
damage
see that
with
now.
the plus 2.
Okay, so what's my health at right now?
You're at 19.
So the question is, do I want to provoke the break attack so I can go kill the other guy? Because I need
Let's do break
I
attack.
need sphere of influence for the knives, right?
Technically not.
Okay.
Which in knives?
The knife's kind of it's just a discard purple. Question though is purple's gonna go again. So it makes more sense for you and Twitch to retreat. Then purple's not gonna actually hurt anyone.
But then red's
Before he
not going to.
dies.
But then red doesn't.
Red's gonna
die.
move 10 spaces closer,
Well, that's true.
and then you guys jump back in the cave. Because as long as you guys leave the cave, you're not in SOI. So you're just gonna run 10 spaces closer.
That's true. That is an accurate
But
statement.
then Matt won't be able to smacky smack.
I could just wait until next turn to smacky smack.
Because they do a lot of damage.
They do a lot of damage.
So I think we kite.
But no, because then its movement it's
Throw range.
It's only move-
4
yeah,
and
it's only-
line of sight for the daggers, is what Shadner just said.
throw range 4 and LOS. Okay, I'm gonna move and I'm gonna
Okay.
trigger the break attack. So he's gonna attack me twice, which really blows.
Yep.
Hope that they roll bad here.
You're gonna
Do
die.
I have?
Good luck.
I might die here.
You can dodge because you do have SP.
Oh yeah, you're right. Spend an SP to dodge.
Okay. And you spend an SP to move.
Yeah. I don't know what I rolled.
You rolled 2 shields, I think?
2 shields, yeah. I'll keep
You rolled
that.
a 13,
Okay, so it
so
does
you
nothing.
dodge.
So then it
No
goes,
break attacks. He already did that this turn.
No,
No.
no. It's per player's turn, not per round.
Yeah, because Josh did the break attacks on his turn.
Yeah.
Then these guys went, and then I'm going. So this is
Yeah.
a separate
Yeah, it's a different
round.
turn. And it's per it's a break attack per character.
I didn't roll. Oops. Whatever. 17.
17 beating you by 4 plus 5.
5. Yeah.
So it's 9 minus 2. It's 7. So doing 4 damage.
Minus 2.
Minus 2, so 2 damage.
Yeah. That liquid latex spray. Choice. All right, so now I'm actually moving.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Spend SP. 1, 2. Can I actually get close enough?
If you use your chalice?
Oh, yeah, I could use the chalice.
Is that a flip, though?
It is a flip. 1, 2. But that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
Are you one short?
Hold on. Yeah, I'm 1 short right now. Shit.
Though where you are right now, you're in between both their SOIs. So
Right, that's what I was trying to run in, do 1 damage to this guy, and then maintain staying outside of his sphere of influence.
Well, you can throw your stuff at him.
Right, but I have to be
Within 4
within his
spaces.
sphere of influence.
Yeah. Well, you can get in within his sphere. You can't just attack.
I can't leave, though. So I'm still going to get hit by his attack, is what I was getting at. Oh, I do have another dodge.
It'll be fine.
No, wait. I have another dodge on my knife. I should have used that instead of spending the SP, so I should have had an extra SP.
Okay.
So I'm going to move 1, 2, and then I'll move the last 1, 2. Then I'm going to throw Ezra at him because it's funnier. And then that's going to do a purple dive damage. So it does 6 damage, so he's technically dead now. And then I'm going to use my chalice, and I'm going to back it up.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. And it's the twins' turn. Do you want to do anything with them?
They could run
No,
closer to the
it's
exit.
making- I mean, the sword's right there.
Who's calling me?
I don't know.
Should I answer?
No.
Stop ringing.
And what do you like to do with all your characters' turns? Party outside?
Both of those guys are going to die now. There's no reason to do anything.
Pretty much.
Just move the sword to the exit.
Not to the
No,
exit.
no. Don't go to the exit yet, because then we won't get the
You want
gold.
the loot.
Move the sword next to the exit.
Because then Josh will have died in vain.
I know.
I will laugh a lot.
Okay. Nightingale's turn. They want to back the fuck out.
Well, Remi didn't go.
I asked Anne what she wanted to do with all her turns, and she said just move the sword.
Okay.
There's no reason for me to be in there.
So they're just going to go over here,
Yeah.
and they're going to peek through the hole and watch.
Yep. Though those spaces are considered adjacent.
Yeah, so let's move them there so they don't see him.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the end of their turn.
Okay.
It's not Rook's turn.
Rook's dead.
It's these guys' turn. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there. And then he's going to go up here, and then they both die.
And then we get gold.
They run up to me and die.
They're like, here's your money, son. Can I please have another?
I like this. The bad guy's delivering the loot to you at the end.
We got 12
Sure.
gold and 10 gold.
2 scoops of loot, please.
And then we
I
leave.
don't quite feel like that's enough gold for having had defeated them.
Yeah, these guys were tough.
We got a lot of gold.
I love gold! That'll be the end of my turn.
All right, and then we hit the exit. We're
Yeah,
done.
we hit the exit.
What happens, Matt?
We go to the exit.
Yay!
Reward. Each party member gains 1 XP. Restore adventurers.
Yay! Restored.
Continue to Into the Earth, page 371. 2 scoops a day. Do. Am I the only one that legitimately likes Raisin Bran?
Yes. Is there a new story?
A nude story?
Go in last week's folder, Ann.
Welcome.
Okay.
This is the nude story.
Because I updated for last week and ever.
We all read it while we are nude.
We're into the earth, right?
Into the earth. Yes. The nude earth.
Lewd? Why is it so lewd?
Because it's nude.
It's nude?
It's lewd because it's nude. Are you being prude?
What kind of clothing would the earth wear?
A matronly dress.
Okay. What kind of fabric would it be made of?
A nursing dress.
What fabric would this be?
Because it's Mother Earth. Huh?
What kind of fabric?
It's silk. Because Earth's a sexy bitch.
How long do you think Mother Earth has been nursing for?
A really long time. Like, at least 2,020 years.
Why isn't
That's
it
when humans
doing
took over
what I
from the
want?
dinosaurs.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, that's when Jesus led the army of the humans against the dinosaurs.
Okay.
And we won our independence. Raisin Bran, Raisin Nut Bran, Craisin Bran, Raisin Bran Crunch. Yes, I didn't know there was Craisin Bran. Sounds delicious. I like to put craisins in my Frosted Flakes.
Is Bran on the cover of them? Staring soullessly at nothingness for 8 seasons?
Why do you think I came all this way? To eat Raisin Bran. What if that was the actual end game of Game of Thrones? It was a giant advertisement for Raisin Bran, and Bran just pulls out a box of Raisin Bran from his wheelchair and just stares into the camera while eating Raisin Bran.
It'd be a better idea that the season
Because
already
he's
was.
crippled and shriveled like a raisin. Oh my god.
You're a terrible person on the inside.
And the outside. Into the earth. As they neared the mountains, crags of rocks began breaking through the forest. Shayless turned around as they neared a bend, stopping the group.
Okay, guys, I need you to stop and realize what we're trying to do.
She said.
I don't think you guys understand how powerful a Shadow Lord is. These things are unkillable. The only thing we can hope to do here is get in and out with the Pontifex peace and pray to God we aren't noticed by the Shadow Lord.
We need to get justice too, Zeke added. Shayless gave him a weak nod.
If she's still alive, we'll save her.
They continued around the bend, coming to a dead halt as they saw what the outcropping was concealing. A massive chasm opened in the ground in front of them, stretching so far that its most extreme edge was hidden by shadow. The gaping pit was intimidating enough on its own, but it was also surrounded with a shimmering bubble of energy that stretched as far as the stone of the mountain before vanishing into the rock. A single object floated in the air about 30 feet up. It seemed to be made of rock, though Nightingale's eyes refused to focus as she narrowed her attention on it. She felt a slight pain in the back of her head, the sensation she felt when she first seen the Maluma manifested. It was a shape that shouldn't exist, one her mind couldn't really understand. Jagged gears and protrusions of stone moved, bending through themselves and emerging, changed on the other side. Beside her, Zeke stooped down and picked up a rock, and then tossed it at the bubble. It stopped dead in the air before it struck, hovered there a moment, then came flying back at him like a bullet. He barely ducked in time. Continue to A Somber Realization, page 370. So wait, we see this giant crazy shape, and Zeke's first thought is I'm going to chuck a rock at it?
Yep. Zeke's not very smart, Matt.
If your personality aligns so closely with Zeke's, do you think that would not have been your first reaction?
I would make someone else chuck a rock at it.
That's fair.
Shayless pulled out her map again, staring at it with concern. She flipped it in several directions. After pulling it and twisting it around, she crumpled it up and threw it on the ground.
What are you doing?
I feel that in my soul.
Rook rushed over and grabbed the map, pulling it open and smoothing it out.
Well, my map is apparently outdated, or the cartographer was a dumbass, or...
Nightingale stepped up to her sister, grabbing her by the shoulders.
What's the problem? Bad news.
Shayless said.
It's all bad. Everything's bad. I should have recognized the direction we were heading. I should have remembered.
She cursed again as everyone stared at her expectantly.
This is eerie. There's no possible way to get in there. Justice is lost. The piece of the Pontifex is lost.
What do you mean? Zeke sounded surprised that Shayless was giving up. Shayless shook her head.
You don't understand.
Shayless looked at the green glow for a moment.
That's the Aegis Stone. That's the only thing keeping the hordes of monsters down there from escaping.
Damocles stepped up. Can't we just break it? I mean, any barrier can be broken.
That stone is the only reason Greyhaven is safe.
Shayless shot him a look.
This whole place was absolutely overrun with these creatures before Lo and Ida used the Aegis Stone to close off the Eyrie years ago. A lot of people died before the Eyrie was sealed off. And that was before Greyhaven was nearly as populated as it is now. If the stone were to break, the creatures that lurk inside would spill out. Even if we could open it, we shouldn't. Okay, well, let's just open it long enough to get in and close it behind us.
Nightingale said desperately.
We don't need it open for long. Not long enough to put Greyhaven in danger anyways.
Shayless put a hand on her shoulder.
That's not how it works. The Zhangs had to kill a dragon to create the Aegis Stone. That's terrible because you shouldn't kill dragons in the first place.
What are their evil dragons?
It's not something...
Skyrim.
No, there's no such thing as evil dragon. They're just misunderstood.
What about
It's not
smog?
something you can turn on and off. And it's not something we can break.
Okay, well, is it possible that Tyrael or Abigail know anything? Damocles asked. Echo was able to send justice in there somehow, so it's not impossible to get in without breaking it.
That's a good idea.
Shayless said.
Greyhaven isn't far, so we can just head back and check with them. Just remember this. We cannot risk the lives of thousands of people just for one person.
Shayless said, glancing at Nightingale for a moment.
Regardless of how we feel about them.
Nightingale nodded fervently and turned to leave. Behind her, one of her friends didn't move.
Zeke?
Nightingale spun, realizing he wasn't following. I can't just leave her here. Zeke was staring at the Aegis Stone floating nearby. Nightingale saw the pain in his eyes as she leaned around him to look at his face.
Zeke, I need you.
She put a hand on his shoulder. Zeke looked up and could see the physical toll that the Maluma had taken on his friend. Nightingale's pale skin was contrasted against her dark, sunken eyes. He had thought she was wearing eyeliner since they landed, but now he can see that she wasn't. Nightingale smiled, even though her obvious malaise, her wide grin showed bright teeth. We'll
save her.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
You probably don't want to let your mother know you're swooning over another girl, though. They had such high hopes for us uniting the Arson and Zhang family.
Even when Nightingale felt terrible, she still joked around, and Zeke couldn't help but feel lucky to have her as a friend. This does sound like us. Do the players have the story flag reluctant partnership?
We do.
Continue to give us an hour. Page 371. As the group turned to leave, Zephyr cleared his throat, causing them to stop and turn around. What do you think Zephyr clearing his throat sounds like?
I am the night.
He had stepped up beside the barrier alongside Ezra and Brea. Zephyr looked the barrier up and down, nodding to himself. Give us an hour, and we'll have this open.
What?
Shayla stopped walking away and spun on him in horror.
Do you know what the Eyrie is? You can't be as
It's
old
eerie.
as you are and not know. Lo and Ida Zhang had to travel to Arkala to make this Aegis Stone. It's not about girls. It's not something that can just be replaced. You absolutely cannot break it. Without this barrier, those monsters will overwhelm Greyhaven. They could kill hundreds of people before the city even knew what happened.
We have to rescue Justice and get the Pontifex peace, Zeke said. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think we should let Zephyr do it. We won't be down there long. I understand your concern, Shayless, but even the destruction of Greyhaven is an acceptable price to pay for the safety of all Middara, Zephyr said. Sharon and the rest of the council would take far more lives than the ones in Greyhaven if given a chance. Zeke frowned at him. You had me on your side, and then you go saying shit like that. He shook his head. I'm going to pretend you didn't just say that. I still think we should go in. Justice is in danger, and we can't abandon her.
I won't let you put everyone in danger.
Shayla said, adding a bunch of extra syllables in obvious irritation.
Echo got justice in without destroying the barrier. Tyrael and Abigail Zhang rule Greyhaven, and they were my close friends. If there are any other ways in, they'll know. It took us less than a day to make it this far. I bet if we turn around and hurry back to Greyhaven, we can be up in the Amaranthine before dark.
We cannot wait! Zephyr countered, advancing on her. Justice is in grave danger. Every second we delay.
I feel like Batman's talking about like justice in general. Like,
justice is in danger.
If she's still alive at this point, it's because the Shadow Lord doesn't want her dead.
Shayla snapped. She could see that the words stung at Zeke, but it was true. A Shadow Lord wasn't something they could kill, even if the idealism of his youth wouldn't let him admit it.
Another few hours aren't going to change anything. But if we blow the Aegis Stone to pieces right now, people will die.
Zephyr looked like he was about to protest, but thought better of it. He turned on his heel, stalking back the way he'd come. Fine. Let's do it your way for now, Princess. He paused only inches from Shayla's and lowered his voice to a whisper. I consider making haste. Sharon's servants will not wait on you, and neither will I. Shayla scowled at him as he left. Her face softened as she looked at Nightingale.
We can't let all those people in Greyhaven die. You understand that, don't you?
Nightingale nodded.
I don't want anyone dying because of me. We'll find another way through. Whatever it is, we'll find it.
Continue to the Amaranthine, page 372. Nightingale was pleasantly surprised to find they faced no serious danger on their way back to Greyhaven. By the time late afternoon had changed to early morning, they were back at the outskirts of the city. Greyhaven had already come alive with light, tens of thousands of little fires and chunks of glowstones flickering through the city. They found their way to a gondola station and waited for their turn to ride up through the floating islands. After finding out about the Aegis Stone, Nightingale had trouble enjoying the trip. She spent most of her ride staring out the window at the little lights below. 4 guards in Greyhaven uniforms gave them grumpy looks as they arrived at the Amaranthine.
it's getting late. You better have important business.
No, I like business.
Business.
You better. One of the men said sternly. Shayla gave him an annoyed nod.
I suggest you be careful how you talk to members of the royal family. You serve the Zhang family, and you don't even recognize the newest scion?
The guard at least had the good sense to look abashed. He returned to attention, saluting her.
Forgive me, Princess Silas.
Shayla's.
We weren't expecting you. Farland, see them to the throne room.
He waved to a shorter man wearing the same style of armor.
I assume you're meeting your cousin, Lord Zhang?
Zeke nodded. Yeah, thanks. Farland rushed over and ushered them into the castle with a brief bow. They walked down wide corridors lined with magnificent works of stained glass, past dozens of soldiers and castle functionaries until they reached a massive chamber. Nightingale could feel the magic in the air, making her hair stand on end. It felt like she was standing beneath a high-voltage power line. At the end of the hall was a circle of strange markings on the floor, cast in metal. They surrounded a space perhaps 10 feet across with a purple glow. Shayless knew what to do, walking purposefully past Nightingale towards the circle.
What are we supposed...
Nightingale began, but too late.
This way, my lords and ladies.
Oh, goodness. Farland announced as he stepped up to the circle.
Follow me.
As soon as Farland stepped inside the circle, he rose off the ground, floating quickly straight through the opening in the castle above and out of sight. Rook gave them a smile before falling backwards onto the metal symbols, rising with his arms out. Zeke stepped forward with a devious grin, looking at Remi. He walked up to her and pet Gage, who was sitting on her shoulder. Gage looked at him skeptically, but quickly accepted the rubbing. After a moment, he picked up Gage gently. We don't get funny cat videos here, Remi. Zeke tried to stifle a laugh. I miss it. I miss the cat videos.
What are you talking about?
Remi raised an eyebrow. Zeke turned back to the circle and held Gage over it. Remi lunged to catch Gage, but Zeke let go before she could snag him. Gage gently flopped out of Zeke's hands and rolled towards the ground with a surprising squeal. Before he hit the floor, he spun around and began to rise. Gage tried to move in the air, his little legs flailing as he continued up. Instead of moving, he slowly started doing barrel rolls, making little squeaking noises as he disappeared up and through the hole above them. Zeke doubled over laughing as Remi jumped into the circle after Gage. Remi's voice faded as she followed Gage. I feel like they made that cat just for that moment.
Possibly.
Nightingale tried to keep a straight face, but the vision of Gage's cute little paws batting at the air was too much for her. She broke into uncontrollable giggles. You guys are ridiculous. Damocles frowned and walked into the circle. When Nightingale recovered, only her and Shayless were still on the lower platform. From the room above her, she could faintly hear Remi chastising Zeke. Nightingale glanced over toward her sister. Shayless was looking with a blank stare upwards towards the throne room above them.
Scared of heights?
Nightingale asked dumbly, but she succeeded in breaking her concentration. Shayless blinked and smiled at her.
Of course not. I just haven't seen Tyrael or Abigail in a long time. I'm ready though. Let's go.
The two took their turn together, flying upwards and grasping each other's hand. The sensation of butterflies filled her stomach, and Nightingale was shot out softly onto a landing above. She found herself in a room that looked as though a massive stone chamber had been built in the air, roughly round and walled in elegant pillars. At their feet was an intricate tiled mosaic. Of all the throne rooms Nightingale had seen, this one was easily the most remarkable. An elegant railing of dark stone was all that separated the chamber from a drop of at least 100 meters to the rest of the castle below. She could imagine the view in full daylight, looking out over the edge at the city below. Most impressive of all was the ceiling of stained glass. It depicted a battle in vivid detail, with two figures standing bravely against something scaly and monstrous. It was Anne. Nightingale guessed that the figures were Lo and Ida. It was still strange to her that such a mythic hero as Ida Jung could still be around. Hell, she'd seen her not too long ago during their graduation ceremony. In front of them, the couple they had come to see sat atop a pair of stone thrones, one cut from black granite and the other from white marble. Did the players have the Story Flag Experience Guide?
Yeah, we do.
Continue to a serious problem, page 373. Oh, great. Now things are going to get really weird.
What?
The woman resting on the black throne leapt to her feet, a wide grin spreading across her face. Her long black hair cascaded down her back, and she wore a slim golden jewelry around her neck, wrists, and head. Iridescent blue wings sprouted from her back, matching the color of her form-fitting dress, which flowed just below her knees. Her features were striking but delicate, and her smile lit up her whole face. Her companion stood as well, moving forward beside his wife. Tyrael had all of his father Yoon's handsomeness without the constant aloof attitude. He wore plain clothes instead of armor, though his forearms were wrapped with thick leather. His back was lined with long, massive, curved spikes that ran upward from his tailbone to his shoulders, a gift from the advancement, no doubt.
Shayless! Patrick!
Abigail hurried across the room towards them, and Nightingale felt Shayless's clammy hand slip away.
Josh's clammy hands. It's been so long!
Abigail said, wrapping her arms around Shayless, pulling her into a tight hug. Shayless stiffened at the embrace.
Abigail, I missed you. I wanted to come visit sooner, but I know.
Abigail said, fluttering her small wings.
We've all been busy.
Patrick!
Tyrael smiled at them as he made his way from the throne.
Man, how long it been?
What?
Well, fuck. This is going to be good. There was none of the forced decorum they'd seen in Ramstead. The two rulers of Greyhaven didn't seem to care about formality. Tyrael clasped hands with Patrick and pulled him into an embrace.
It's been way too long. I feel like the arson shoved us out here in the middle of nowhere, and I don't get to see anyone anymore.
Tyrael looked over to Zeke and smiled.
I mean, look at this guy. I haven't met my own cousin. Zeke, man, it's great to finally meet you.
Country bumpkin cousin Tyrael. Tyrael enthusiastically grabbed Zeke around the shoulders and hugged him as he said it. We've all had a lot on our plates, Patrick replied, watching Tyrael harass Zeke. Zeke finally broke free and straightened his coat. Your father, Yoon, he's treated me well back at the capital. I can see the family resemblance.
Yeah?
Tyrael sat up straight.
Take it as a compliment. He's probably still throwing huge parties and wasting all the king's money, huh?
My money.
Shayla's broke free from Abigail and rolled her eyes.
You think Balthazar lets him touch the family treasure anymore?
I'm surprised he hasn't been thrown out of the whole country, to be honest.
Tyrael laughed.
I appreciate the gesture of a compliment, though, Zeke. And while I detest my father's ability to govern anything, I must say you also share a resemblance to your own father.
He said it while pointing at the stained glass mural on the ceiling above them. Zeke followed his gaze. The stained glass depiction caused many of his features to look blocky and distorted. Zeke gave his cousin a flat stare. So I look like a character from a PlayStation 1 era RPG?
That was beautiful. I love that sentence.
Tyrael scoffed.
Same sense of humor, too. Your father would be proud.
Shayless interrupted and motioned to Nightingale.
Abby, Tyrael, you have to meet my little sister.
Nightingale waved meekly at them as Abigail leaned in close to her.
You're pretty, just like your sister.
Nightingale didn't appreciate the comment. She looked like shit and she knew it.
Listen, it's awesome to meet you guys, but we're in a really tough situation.
Nightingale sounded more irritated than she wanted to.
I'm sorry, but we can get to know each other better when our friend is out of danger.
Does the party have the story flag reluctant partnership?
Yes, we do.
Continue
Yes.
to, and who dis? Page 377.
Hooter, 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 hooter.
Oh, Abigail looks like, okay. Yeah, she's an airhead.
All right, but who are those three?
Tyrael gestured to the back of the throne room where Zephyr, Ezra, and Brea had been keeping out of the way. Shayless opened her mouth to introduce them, but Zephyr interrupted. We are the Anointed. My name is Zephyr. This is Brea and Ezra, he said. Abigail and Tyrael exchanged a confused look.
Anointed.
Tyrael shook his head. Zephyr's eyes narrowed. We work to protect Middara from entities you couldn't fathom. I've asked the royalty of this godforsaken country to help in the past, and we didn't receive it. Abigail and Tyrael looked even more confused after Zephyr spoke.
That's great.
Abigail looked past Zephyr to Shayless, eyes wide with panic. No one in the throne room needed magic to read her thoughts. What is this lunatic doing here? Shayless cleared her throat.
The United are involved. We've come to rescue the same person. I think my sister can explain.
Nightingale explained
Oh.
everything. Huh?
Yeah, it's camera went
I'm
out for a
back.
second.
It's
Oh.
weird.
Nightingale explained everything she could to the Zhongs. She started with the Maluma, though she was extremely vague about the details. She went over what happened in Gahana, and eventually what had happened to Justice.
And that's why we need to get into the Eyrie.
Nightingale finished. Everyone was now gathered around the throne as she recounted the situation. Tyrael and Abigail looked at each other, expressions dark. There was a long silence, eventually broken by Tyrael.
You're right. This is a serious problem.
Tyrael ran his hand through his hair thoughtfully.
Listen, don't think we ain't talking the threat. Don't think we're taking the threat to you and your friends seriously, but
The Aegis Stone can't be destroyed.
Abigail said, finishing his sentence.
And I don't just mean it's impossible to break. I mean, we can't destroy it because it's the only thing keeping Greyhaven safe. If it were to be destroyed or removed in any way, the Erie's monsters would be released from the Eyrie and be a threat to our people. No,
Nightingale said.
but
What about just bringing it down temporarily? Zeke interrupted. We'd only need someone to lift the barrier, like a minute, just long enough for us to get in. Then we just have to camp out nearby and let us out again. Tyrael pointed up to the stained glass image on the ceiling. At his gesture, light flooded the room, illuminating the window in perfect clarity. Now Nightingale could see it in all of its detail. It was a scene of a battle, with a man and a woman dwarfed by a creature
so large.
so large it could have brought down the throne room with its bulk, covered in spines and breathing death from its mouth.
The Aegis Stone was not created without blood.
Tyrael looked to Zeke.
Your parents nearly died to get it. You have no idea what they went through or what they fought to create that stone. But wherever damaged, it might even be impossible to replace.
You guys are the rulers here, Zeke yelled. You have to know of some other way. There has to be a secret entrance or a trick to opening it up or something. We can't leave Justice down there. She needs our help.
Zeke, think about what you're asking.
Abigail looked at him with sympathy in her eyes.
You're asking us to undo everything that your parents did. You're asking us to put our entire city at risk.
Tyrael took a deep breath.
Your parents traveled to the Middle Passage and made a deal with the lesser demon Rubicant. That deal let them get into Akala, where they had to kill a dragon. A dragon, Zeke! Think about that. And then they ripped out the damn thing's heart and made the Aegis Stone from it! All to make Gracehaven a safer place to live, to attempt any magic that might bring down the barrier that the Aegis Stone is emitting, even for a moment, would put all our lives at risk. Would you and your friends want to sacrifice so many lives for her?
Your voice got really high there. Zephyr hesitated. No. Zeke hesitated. No, I guess not. This is not her choice, Zephyr said. The threat to justice is serious, but it's far from the only one. However much Greyhaven and its people might be at risk, by the removal of the Aegis Stone, the threat to all of Middara is far greater. He stepped forward into the center of the throne room, standing tall. Consider for a moment how powerful a Shadow Lord is. Starting to sound like Trump, doing like the hand things. You think he wouldn't recognize an opportunity like this? Justice is carrying with her a piece of a Pontifex. A Shadow Lord deals with powers far beyond what mortals understand. It will sell justice and her magic to its allies in Arkala or beyond. Sharon will get his hands on the piece of the Pontifex she carried, and all would be lost to us forever. Shayless cut him off.
You're making a lot of assumptions this year. You're predicting distant danger. Maybe you're right. Maybe you aren't. Nobody wants to get in there and get that Pontifex piece more than I do.
She looked briefly at Nightingale.
But if we break the seal, Greyhaven will be overrun and people will die.
Because you peed.
If Sharon gets the Pontifex, everyone in the whole country will be peeing. Oh, will die. Zephyr argued. This is what the Anointed does. We make the hard decisions. We choose to sacrifice whatever it takes for the greater good. Tyrael stood suddenly.
This isn't open for today, he said loud. No.
Bedate! This ain't open for bedate! He said loudly.
I won't put my city in danger. I'm taking your word on this Pontifex piece being as important as you say. In fact, I'm taking your word that the Sharon guy entirely entity is even a threat to us. How do I even know he exists? Your doom saying isn't worth risking the work of my uncle. I don't even know anything about you, Severe. What I do know is Eerie possesses an intimate threat to thousands of people that I'm charged with taking care of. I'm not going to risk their lives because I'm being asked to.
Very well. Zephyr muttered and went silent. Nightingale worried he'd get violent or perhaps do something rash. Instead, he turned to talk amongst his anointed buddies. Abigail gently put her hands on Tyrael's arms.
This is a sensitive matter,
She said.
and I can see how much you all care for your friend, for Nightingale, and for the cause you believe in.
She looked at Zeke, Nightingale, and Zephyr, one by one.
I understand your feelings. Exhaustion never helps when making important decisions. Please, enjoy our hospitality for the night at least. We can go over everything again tomorrow when everyone is rested and fed.
Despite her desire to refuse staying the night, Nightingale let them be led away. She didn't want to admit it, but bathing, eating, and having time to calm herself was something she desperately wanted. Guilt gnawed at her for resting. Here she was, getting pampered in a royal castle, while someone inside of a godforsaken pit while somewhere inside of a godforsaken pit, Justice was with the Shadow Lord. Do the players have the story flag, last of her coterie?
No, we do not.
I wonder what the so comfy flag is. Do we have the story flag massacred?
No, we do not.
Continue to Stupid Boy. Page 381. Rook shifted uneasily in his sleep, hearing something rustling close by. He had always been a light sleeper, and a few seconds later he was completely awake. He sat up, looking around the room. Everything seemed normal, but he'd become paranoid since Gehenna. Rook got up and poked his head out into the hallways. It was empty. He sighed in relief and almost laid back down when he noticed Zeke's bed was empty. He shot back to his feet.
Zeke!
Rook called tentatively.
Zeke!
When he heard nothing reply, he said out loud,
Oh, boy.
Damocles groaned, covering his face with a pillow. Oh, what is it?
Zeke ran off.
Rook said, beginning to change.
Can only think of one reason he go alone. All the gold the castle says he's going to try to rescue Justice.
How's he going to get through the Aegis Stone barrier? Damocles sat up and began grabbing his nearby gear. Like Rook, he'd been prepared for trouble.
He can't.
Rook said.
But he could get himself killed wandering through the forest. It's not going to be any safer in the middle of the night than it was earlier.
Wake the others, Damocles suggested. Shayless is going to be pissed. Rook crossed the hall and knocked on the door to the girl's bedroom. Damocles was right. Shayless was pissed.
Those damn Zhongs are nothing but trouble.
Shayless growled as the group sped down the halls.
I'm half tempted to let him get his ass kicked out there. Teach him some humility. If he can't figure out a way through the Aegis Stone's barrier, what the hell does he think he's going to do?
Shayless asked to no one in particular.
He's usually not this stupid.
Nightingale muttered.
He sort of lost his mind over this whole justice situation. He needs to stop worrying about justice and worry about himself.
Shayless said.
He's going to get himself killed out there. Going it alone in unfamiliar territory. What happened to the damn map? Completely insane.
A few minutes later, they'd made their way to another room.
Knock, knock.
Shayless yelled as she rapped on the wooden door. Patrick opened up a moment later. Shayless? Special, Zeke has recklessly gone after Justice on his own. Mark him unselectable on the adventure sheet. Before continuing, the players choose the active group. Do the players have the story flag experience guide?
Yes, we do.
Continue to The Forest at Night, page 381. Traveling through the forest at night was nothing like exploring it during the day. Nightingale expected this, yet even so, she found herself walking closer and closer to the rest of the group, keeping her weapon drawn. The worst part, by far, were the sounds. With only the moonlight to guide them, it was impossible to see anything more than a dozen steps away. There were rustling bushes, snapping branches, and splashing noises in the streams as they passed. Anything still alive was either prey they knew how to stay. Still alive was either prey that knew how to stay quiet, or a predator who didn't have to. They weren't even trying to be unobtrusive. Shayless led the party. I can't.
Stomping towards.
Okay. Stomping forward like an angry storm. She shoved any obstructions away, ignoring the little scratches that sometimes
Followed.
Okay. The text is really bad here. Can you read the next paragraph?
She was arguing with Podrick in a hushed voice. Occasionally, Nightingale would hear Shayless curse, but what they were talking about was otherwise inaudible. We're making a lot of noise, sis.
Nightingale muttered, trying to sound more confident than she felt.
Maybe we should slow down a little. Oh, it's a disconnect from the server. No time.
Shayless said, turning on her.
If he somehow breaks the Aegis Stone, words can't describe how screwed Greyhaven will be.
Are we live right now?
Yeah,
at least we'll be able to save Justice.
Nightingale whispered, barely loud enough to hear. Shayless looked up, eyes darkening.
Oh, sure. That'll be just great. We'll pull her out of the Eyrie just in time for her to watch the whole city burn.
Shayless looked away again, returning to her dark muttering with Patrick. They didn't make it all the way to the Eyrie. As Nightingale had feared, they'd been drawing quite a crowd. It didn't take much longer before the first predator emerged from the trees. Continue to Night Fighting, page 384. Just going to read the little texty text.
The texty text.
Little texty text. In the shadow of encroaching night, the forest has taken on a much more sinister aspect. The darkness shrouds the nearby thicket, making it difficult to see the creatures that threaten you. A large river sits between you and your destination.
So what are we seeing in the next counter?
Corpse collector, living ablation,
A large river.
tentacles, merkhounds, viscera aramid, and water loas.
Okay.
And a thicket!
This gonna suck. And a what?
And a thicket!
A Fitbit?
A thicket! And no Zeke.
Fit.
Thank you all for joining us today.
LSV is a viscera aramid.
Oh. You learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us today. This is going to conclude today's episode of Twitch Plays Middara. Make sure you're joining us for all of our upcoming streams. This is Matt's NPR voice. On Tuesday, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to do our continuation of Twitch Plays Kingdom Death, where we do an ongoing campaign of Kingdom Death Monster with you fine folks at home controlling one of the characters, rolling dice, and having a grand old time with us. Josh, what are we doing tomorrow in Kingdom Death?
We haven't decided yet. We're going to fight something.
Wonderful, rousing description.
Something.
But to know more, okay, so who will Matt play? Patrick? Maybe? I gotta build out a character. We got a bunch of characters.
We also have Silas and Sphere.
Damn Oakleys.
Silas and Sphere have cool new weapons, though, that are like actual tier, like
Yeah.
current tier level.
Yeah. The best way to know what's going on with Twist Gaming and to see what we're going to be doing is to follow us on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and chat with us in our Discord channel where... Josh,
Sometimes.
you mean we did post something cool?
We did post something cool, so you should check it out.
What'd you post?
Something cool. You don't listen.
It's supposed to be teaser, so people go join the Discord and go look.
And if you
Oh,
don't...
is that how that works?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't do it, then we instead of the teaser, we bring out the taser.
Taser shield?
Aggressive.
You go...
This has gotten real weird real quick, guys.
Could be worse. It's a truly artistic post.
Now I'm really nervous because I've seen things that
You-
qualify as artistic.
I mean,
for
you've also
Matthew
seen the
Johnson.
thing that it was posted.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I know what it is.
Yeah.
That was all I needed to hear.
It's probably against terms of service, but...
Like the Last Boys episode?
Oh, goodness. And do you watch The Boys at all?
No.
Okay. With that, though, join us next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, for the continuation of Twitch Plays Middara, where we're going to fight some stuff and some things. But signing off for now, I'm Matt.
In a forest. A man.
Josh?
A river Ducci.